The battle over medical marijuana has a surprising new focus. Kids. A growing number of frustrated parents are turning to marijuana to treat kids with autism and ADHD. While they say it's a lifesaver, some pediatric experts say that is too far. Mieko Hester-Perezs is raising an autistic child and says that her son is alive today. Her son Joey is alive today because she fed him pot-infused brownies. Also with us, we have Ted Cromwell, who is her attorney, and joining us from Chicago, Dr. Sharon Hirsch, a pediatric doctor. Mieko, let's start with you. Describe how your 10-year-old son Joey was, what his attitude was, and his weight and stuff like that before you started him on these pot brownies.
Well, he was 48 pounds and he was 10 years old. You could see the bones in his chest, his arms, legs, and torso were pretty much the same size. I mean, he was extremely thin. He had behavior that was extremely aggressive. He had crying outbursts. He was running out of our home, eloping. He was unstable.
Yeah. And you felt like he was about to die. He weighed so little, you thought your son was about to die.
I didn't feel like he was going to die. My son was going to die. There is clearly a difference. My son was going to die.
And then, Mieko, you had heard about this medical treatment where kids with autism were fed some sort of marijuana. So you found this doctor. Did you have to talk him into allowing your 10-year-old to use it?
Joey's psychiatrist, I actually provided her with enough documentation to consider this as an option. I definitely do my due diligence, and I made sure that this was the choice.
Sure.
You know, a choice that I was comfortable with and his doctor was comfortable with, and all of the surrounding agencies that were in our home. I mean, we had crisis units in our home. I was raised pro-life. So I was, you know,
and you had never used marijuana yourself, I understand. Dr. Hirsch, you, though, are troubled by this because you feel there simply has not been enough research done to the effects of marijuana on kids.
Well, that's correct. We know that the brain is still developing, and so we don't really know what adding the substance to the brain will do to the final development and growth of the brain.
Right. But you just heard her. She was a mother whose son was about to die. Can you blame her for trying that?
Well, I think certainly any time you have a child with a chronic, serious illness, we all reach for something that we think will help. The problem is that when we do something that might be more harmful, then that can cause other things to happen. And I don't know what's going to happen to Joey.
Sure.
And I think that, you know, I can't comment on her particular case because I'm not treating Joey. I'd love to, you know, be able to help all these children. I see a lot of kids that have problems with their weight, with autism, and we don't have to resort to medical marijuana for that.
All right. Here's a statement from the American Academy of Pediatrics. They say, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends the use of scientifically validated treatments. The use of medical marijuana to treat autism has not been tested and could be dangerous for children. All right, Ted, before you go, you're an attorney with an outfit that is trying to help families in the situation that Mieko's in. What do people need to know about this case? Because a lot of us go, look, it seems to be working for him, but we got a problem with marijuana.
Well, the situation is there is evidence that it helps. Mieko and Joey are the evidence. One of the reasons why that it's not widespread is because only 14 states have a compassionate use act like California has, and it's not a surprise that doctor isn't really familiar with this modality of treatment because Illinois doesn't have a compassionate use act. Doctors from the University of Chicago, we would love to consult with Doctor. We think at the end of the day, Doctor is going to be one of our biggest fans, biggest supporters. It just needs to. We need to get out there more. This is one evidence of Mieko and Joey, and we need more. We need the federal government to open their eyes. The law making marijuana a Schedule I drug was passed in 1970. It's 40 years later. Let's get with the times.
Well, this is quite an issue, and we'd like to have our viewers email us right now what they think. Mieko and Ted and Dr. Hirsch, we thank you all for joining us live from California and
Thank
Chicago.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And good luck to Joey.